Hey guys, Ernie here and welcome to the Paleo Hiker MD channel. A while back we reviewed a BRS stove, which is kind of like an infrared stove. That's what they market it as, so anybody out there who's saying it's wrong, I'm just saying what they say. We reviewed it along with its accompanying pot and we were very impressed. Now during that video, I compared it to the MSR Reactor stove system. And at the time, I did not have one and I said, well, if you guys think I should buy one, I'll do it. So I was at REI not long ago, a couple weeks ago for Memorial Day, and it was an awesome sale. They had 25% off most everything. And they had a 20% off coupon for members. You had one time with a full price item. Well, I picked up this Reactor stove at 20% off, which was a really good deal. So let's jump right into it and I'll show you guys what it's all about. Here we are. This is the MSR Reactor. This is the 1.7 liter. It also comes in a 1 liter and a 2.5 liter size. The other ones that I have similar, like the wind burner, is a 1 liter. So I decided to get a little bit larger one so that I would have a variety of options. The dimensions are 6.7 tall and 5.8 in diameter. Weight without the fuel is 18 ounces. Says it has a 80-minute burn on a 8-ounce canister, which is the larger canister. The specifications say that the boil time for 1 liter is 3 minutes. So on an 8-ounce canister, to give you an idea, you should be able to boil 22 liters of water or 22 1-liter boils. It is made in the USA. Price is hefty. It is $249. I did get 20% off, like I said, but nonetheless, it's quite expensive. I'll show you guys a couple of things. So inside you can see it has the fuel canister. This little top right here actually kind of latches or locks into the little nipple on the top of the fuel canister, so it does not move around. You can see it actually keeps it in place. It doesn't wiggle, which is nice because you don't have a lot of issues with that. Pull the top off. Here's your top. Has this at the bottom. You can stopper this off if you want to not have as much steam come out. It still does have these steam holes right here, but you can take this stopper on and off. Pull out our fuel canister. Inside we have our burner, and we have a little towel, which is basically a pot protector that sits down there and keeps an eye on the burner. This is the burner, like I said. You can see right here how this fits on top, basically perfectly. There's basically no gap, so no place for wind to get in. It doesn't lock on there, it just sits on there perfectly. Pretty nice, really, really nice design. A nice safe design. You can see the regulator down here. This does not move. It locks in pretty decently. Of course, it's not locked in like I said, but it locks on pretty good. All you do is take your fuel canister, tighten it on. There you go. Pops right on just like that. Let me turn the lights out. I'm gonna show you guys what this looks like. It will light just like the wind burner, and it'll take just a few seconds for it to actually go all red, and that's when it's maximum heat. Okay, here we go. We're gonna turn it on. Here we go. You can crank it up. You can see where it's gonna take just a second. And there it's up to temperature. Kind of cool if you guys can see. It says, I don't know if you can see it. It says MSR on there. It's pretty cool, okay? That is the flame. It is not really a flame per se, it just creates a tremendous amount of heat. There you go. Now before we get to boiling some water, let's discuss what MSR claims makes this special. They say it's the world's fastest, most fuel efficient, all condition stove. They claim an unrivaled boil time of 1.5 minutes for 2 cups. It has unmatched wind protection, and we're gonna put that to the test today by putting a fan directly on this bad boy. We'll see what happens. It has an internal pressure regulator and is very compact. Those are the things that make it different according to MSR. So let's boil some water. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do 4 boil tests. We're gonna do 2 2-cup boil tests, 1 with no wind, 1 with wind. We're gonna do 2 4-cup boil tests, 1 with wind, 1 without wind. The wind is going to be a fan that sits right here, directly next to it, and shoots right onto this thing. It's kind of a torture test because it's just going to be a consistent high fan on it. We'll see what happens. Let me get everything set up, weigh our canister so we can get an idea of how much fuel is used. We'll go from there. Okay, here we go. 2 cups of water, 67 degrees. Going to get it going and see how long it takes. Turn up all the way. Make sure we are centered, which we are. Let's see what we get. 2 cups of water. All right. It's boiling. I can tell you all that right now, it's boiling. Sometimes it takes a second for that to catch up. 1 minute 30 seconds, 1 minute 31 seconds for 2 cups of water. Let me weigh out the fuel, and then we're gonna add some wind. Okay, now we move on to 1 liter. This is 1 full liter, a little bit under a technical liter. It's 4 cups of water, but it is 4 cups. Let's get it going. Okay, we're on there, turned all the way up. Let's see what we get for 4 cups. All right, it is boiling. Ooh, it's boiling. All right, 3:16, 3 minutes, 16 seconds for a liter, 4 cups. That is pretty fast, 3:16. Now let's put some wind on it. Okay, you guys can see the fan right over here, okay? That's high. Low, we're gonna have it on high, okay? It's about 1 foot, and you know, obviously it's not like a tornado, but you can see, I mean, it's blowing, okay? It's right 1 foot away, which should make a huge difference. Now I gotta turn it off. So we're gonna turn it on, we're gonna see how long it takes to get 2 cups of water to a boil with this wind on it. Multiple things to do at once, trying to get it all sorted. All right, there it is on, I believe. There it is, perfect. Let's see how long it takes to get these 2 cups of water to a boil with the wind directly on it. All right, it is boiling. So 204 for a boil. Let me weigh out, and we'll move on to the 4 cup tests. Okay, last test. Get this lit. This is wind with 4 cups. All right, there we go. We'll make sure once again it's seated correctly. And it is. Seating it is super important because it really helps protect it from the wind. You want to use the design that MSR put together. All right, let's get this thing going. Okay, boiling, 4 minutes, 4 seconds. 4 minutes, 4 seconds for a boil. Let me weigh this out, and then we'll review all of the results. So these are my results. 2 cups took 6 grams of fuel to boil at 1 minute 32 seconds. We added the wind. We got 2 minutes, 4 seconds, which is 32 seconds slower, and it only used 7 grams of fuel, so only 1 gram extra with the wind. That is amazing. For 4 cups, you had 3 minutes, 16 seconds, and it took 9 grams of fuel. Add the wind, and it took 4 minutes, 4 seconds, which is 48 seconds slower, and it took 12 grams, which is 3 grams more than without the wind. All these numbers are amazing. I can tell you guys, I test stoves all the time. A typical canister stove uses 8 to 9 grams, maybe sometimes 10 grams to boil 2 cups of water. So the fact that it could boil 2 cups of water with a fan directly on it for 7 grams and 2 minutes, 4 seconds, that is amazing, guys. Really speaks to how efficient this system is at keeping the wind off of the burner. I want to remind you guys that whenever I compared the JetBoil flash system to the MSR wind burner system, which is very similar to this product, if you're wondering how much the JetBoil, for example, suffers, the JetBoil with the wind was 4 minutes slower and used 22 grams of fuel versus 10 grams of fuel to boil 2 cups of water. The MSR wind burner was 14 seconds slower with wind and only used 2 grams more. Instead of 10 grams, it used 12 grams of fuel to get that 2 cups of water to a boil. That was with wind, with the same exact fan at the same exact distance, which is right at 12 inches. And don't fear, I'm planning to look at all these systems together, including the Boulin system that I have a review on that I'll have a link down below. It's a much, much cheaper system, so we're going to see whether it keeps up at all. Regardless, if you look at things, the overall performance of this system with wind added as a factor is amazing. The JetBoil was 4 minutes slower and used over twice the amount of fuel to get it to a boil. This one, 2 cups of water, 1 gram of fuel more, and only 32 seconds slower. So look, this stove is expensive. Even with my 20% off coupon, it's still pretty hefty. Is it worth spending the money? Well, two words: performance and efficiency. It's very much like its cousin, the wind burner system. It really protects your pot from the wind, and that's where it really shines. Most stoves really suffer in the wind, and where you see that suffering is a tremendous increase in the amount of fuel needed. They'll eventually get water to a boil, but it can take 2, 3, even 4 times the amount of fuel because you're losing so much heat in the wind. This does not suffer from that problem. It allows you to get water to a boil quickly in any conditions and remaining relatively fuel efficient. So is it worth the money? Well, like I've said on many videos here before, that is an individual decision. If you're looking for a kit to take on day hikes, or if you're always going to be in relatively mild conditions, you have quite a few options, and maybe you don't have to spend this money. On the other hand, if you're looking for taking something out into the backcountry with harsh conditions, high winds, heavy cold, it's definitely worth considering spending a little extra on this kind of system. It's got everything you need. It's got quality construction, very compact design that fits all into one container, super high performance, very good fuel efficiency, and extremely good performance in extreme weather conditions. So in summary, yes, it is worth the money. It is worth my money. The question, of course, is whether it's worth your money. Not sure if you guys are aware, but I have an entire playlist on stoves. Well over 100 videos on that playlist, so check it out down below. Do me a favor, guys, if you like this kind of video, hit the thumbs up down below. Really helps spread things across YouTube and really helps my channel grow. If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscription button. And if you want to make sure you don't miss any videos, hit that notification bell and you'll be the first to know. Really enjoyed doing these stove videos. I just had to get this. And once I had the 20% off coupon, my wife couldn't argue. It was 20% off. As always, guys, I appreciate you checking out the Paleo Hiker MD channel. Stay tuned for more videos soon.